with your Lordship's permission,
Yeah.
may I mention this is a batch of about 10 to 12 matters, Your Lordship. These are small comcha and trolley holders in various railway stations across India.
I'll get it listed. It's after notice?
Your Lordship has indicated we filed some matters yesterday also.
The fresh matter.
There were fresh matters, Your Lordship.
Yeah, it will come up right away.
Your Lordship, we are requesting for a listing tomorrow because, Your Lordship, they are receiving notices for eviction on 26th, 27th.
On the 27th.
Your Lordship, they've received notices for closure on eviction on 26th, 27th, Your Lordship. They're only bothering.
The notice of closure is 27th.
Eviction, Your Lordship. They are small
First
comcha.
in the morning on the 27th. Tomorrow is a very heavy day. So 27th it will come up. I've already done.
Very well.
Well, it's Your Lordship has twice directed a matter in July and 2nd of August didn't come. Now it is showing happily on 27th August. Please don't delete it.
With Lordship's permission, may I mention a fresh matter?
Just send an email, everybody. When did you send it?
Yesterday.
So it's probably already listed. Just wait.
The content coming. That's the only.
Wait, it will be listed. Every email is dealt with. Yes.
Let's have Your Lordship.
Fresh matter.
After notice, my lord, it got deleted. We have circulated mails for not to be deleted, but nevertheless got deleted. It's coming up on 20th of September. Would my lords please direct it not to be deleted on that date, at least? May I just pass the details of the?
No, just make sure that somebody, the email advocate on record's name you make.
My lords, the email has been sent by advocate on record again, day before yesterday.
What's the name of the AOR?
My lords, it's Amir Arsiwala.
Yes.
Amir Arsiwala.
That's my apology.
Please, my lords, I'm grateful.
My lords, Your Lordship said some of the chief secretaries of states which are defaulted on payments of pension and allowances tomorrow.
Yes.
Your Lordships will also ask me to give a list of those chief secretary, those states which have actually complied. I've just passed it on. I've
So
just
we
passed
now
it on.
just 3 copies. Just 1 second.
For the defaulting states, there is also a request to appear online. My lords, number of applications have been filed. So I just thought.
No. The chief secretary, the states which have not complied, they have to be present online. They have to be present here. We have said they have to be physically present. Those who have complied, how many have complied between that order and today now?
The others, non-complying, I've mentioned in my list.
Yes. Others have.
The others have complied. The others have complied.
Who?
I appear for West Bengal, most of the
They have not complied.
Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Assam, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Himachal, J&K, Ladakh, Jharkhand, Kerala, Bihar, Goa, Haryana, Odisha.
Those people have not complied.
They have not complied. They have not complied.
substantial compliance.
They have to comply. No substantial compliance. By tomorrow, make sure that they comply. Others ask them to be here. No. They have to be personally present here. Otherwise, we'll issue a non-bailable warrant. There's no going back on that order. They have to have given enough time. They have to comply, pay by this evening. They have to, there's no substantial here. They are 100% compliance. That's why we've given enough time. We have been giving time from 27th of July 22, 19th May 23 for January 2024. Therefore, we have directed personal presence. And ultimately, and what is not being paid, the arrears of salary and allowances to our district judiciary.
Funds have been released, it has reached all the district fee for the people. Have not come. Yes, fellows, I am 99.9%. That's my instructions. Whatever the.
We'll call out each state tomorrow, we'll see. And
it's showing for 27.
Yes.
I wanted to clarify whether it's coming up tomorrow. It's not there in the list.
No, it will come up on the 27th, right? 27th. 27th, we'll take it up and then we will call out each state separately and see what the compliance is. Let them be present before us. We'll see.
Lords, may I mention,
My lord, may I mention,
Yeah,
Lord,
mention others, civil
on
peace.
behalf of the AIMS doctor residents, Lord, Nagpur, Lord. Lord, on account of their being participating in the agitation and the protest, Lord, now they are being victimized, Lord, on one ground or the other, being marked absent.
If they are not on
Lord, but
duty-
they were doing the emergency duties, Lord. But because they were participating in the,
Are they at work? If they are not at work, they'll be marked absent. How can we ask them to do
not,
something?
not allowing in the exams, Lord, Lord, in one way or the other, Lord. If a lenient will be taken, Lord, if a lenient will be
If
taken.
they are on duty, they will not be marked absent. If they are not on duty, the law will have to follow its course. How can we tell the administration to to write something which is not correct?
Not with respect to the exams and all that, Lord, the lenient will be taken, Lord, because of this reason, Lord, they were on protesting or on strike.
That's all right. So ask them to first return to work.
Yes.
Once they return to work, then if nobody is going to take any adverse action against the doctors,
That
let them
will
all
be-
come back to work.
Word from your lordship will work, Lord, for them.
Let them first come back to work, and then if there's any difficulty, just talk to us in the court here. We'll make sure that there is no adverse action against the doctors.
Very well.
We quite see that they were all upset about the fact that there was a very serious incident which took place. But let them first report to work, and then once having
They have
reported,
reported back, Lord, they have reported back. They have reported back. AIMS Nagpur reported back, Lord. The resident doctor, they have joined the.
Not just mention on behalf of CJI Chandrachud. Your Lordship, there is, Lordship in CJI Chandrachud, they are going in for a rally for 2 hours in the morning, but they're doing all their duties. But for 9 days, their CL has been deducted now from the leave. So that is a victimization.
That's
You also have to write the research papers and.
I don't think, somebody like Dr. Vivek Lal, he's the director at CJI Chandrachud, that he will do anything which amounts to victimization.
Lordship, I'm only saying.
They're all very
individuals.
ultimately, the directors of these institutions,
Yes, he made a
they
statement.
also have their heart with the doctors, but
Yes,
they are in a
Lordship.
situation where poor people who come to those institutions cannot be left behind in the lurch.
Yes, sir.
That they take appointments 2 years before the actual date, and then suddenly you're told that you will not be attended to. Let them all resume work, and I'm sure the directors are all very seasoned directors who spend their life in these institutions. They're not going to do anything against the
I
doctor.
think
Right now, the notice that they have been given is that since or for 9 days you've been on the rally, so we are deducting your 9 days of casual leave.
We'll pass some general order.
Yes, yes.
Pass some general order on that.
Lordship, may I make one?
Lord, may I say something?
Please rest assured that once the doctors, we hope, resume duty, then we will prevail upon the authorities not to take any
Adverse.
adverse
Very
action.
well, yes.
But they must first come back to duty for the simple reason, otherwise the people who,
They are on duty. They are, all of them are on
people who need the services the most are deprived of their
Yes, sir.
services. That's the only concern. How does the public health infrastructure run if the doctors don't resume work?
Lord, only my lord,
All
one
right,
thing.
now first let's have the status report. We first want to see
My
the
lord,
status
these are the three
report.
copies. Lord, I believe the anguish of the doctor is correct, but having come from your lordships, an assurance that your lordships are looking into it, my lord, I think that should satisfy.
With the assurance of no adverse action, my lords.
Lords, we are absolutely, my lord, grateful to your lordships that lordships have intervened. Lords, we have not been heard, my lords, at all. Our grievances, my lord, are at the forefront because we are, my lord, facing the brunt of this, my lord, whatever is
Well, the
happening.
reason why we constituted such a broad-based committee is we have specifically said that the committee shall engage with all stakeholders, including, that will include the resident doctors. So please assure them,
Yes.
that the committee, one second, Mr. Ansari.
Sorry.
Please assure the resident doctors, they all are young doctors, that they will be heard by the,
We heard, my lord, and some representation.
but tell us one thing, we can hear you,
Federation.
Mr. Kamath, we hear you for half an hour. We are not the committee.
Lord,
Ultimately, you have to be heard by the committee.
Yes, what we were requesting, my lord, some, my lord's association, whatever your lordships choose, my lord, some representative from the resident doctors association, if they can be a part of the committee.
Yes.
But their
One
voice,
second, Mr. Ansari.
I'm not saying.
You see, please understand.
we leave it to your lordships, my lord.
Mr. Kamath,
Want
please
voice-
understand. We have thought through this very carefully. if we start now asking for the representatives of various stakeholders to be a part of the committee, that becomes an impossible process because, the committee's work will then get dislocated. You know what happens. You have such an experience yourself. At the same time, we are conscious of the fact that the primary concerns of the doctors, the nurses, the paramedical staff, that has to be taken into account by the members of the committee. For two things that on the committee, we have very senior women doctors on the committee. The doctors who are on the committee are people who have worked for a long time in their life as part of public health infrastructure. So therefore, what we have expected the committee to do is that the committee will hear these various stakeholders, namely the interns, the residents, the senior residents, representatives of the nurses, the other paramedical staff. So therefore, they are in a hospital, there are a huge number of stakeholders. The committee will ensure that it will hear representative.
Hold on, in fact, I have taken instructions. I represent about 30,000 doctors.
Please, and Mr. Kamath, please tell them that the committee will definitely give them a hearing. We'll reiterate that in our order today. We will certainly, Mr. Kamath, your point is well taken. We'll make it clear. Absolutely, Mr. Kamath, we are grateful to you actually for personally, because our hearts go out to all those people who have to go to public hospitals. So we will make an observation that the committee would hear all stakeholders, including the Resident Doctors Association. Of course, not 30,000 doctors, but a representative. Right. And an appointment can be given to them when the committee assembles, so that the committee can, because your stake is very high and your inputs are very valuable. So please assure the resident doctors that we were now passing an order that the committee will give them a representative voice in putting forth their grievances, their working conditions, so on and so forth.
Suggestions. Today and
suggestion.
And then call off their protest.
We will also say that.
I appear for the RG car.
Can I?
Mr. Ansari and then Mr.
Yes.
Lord, I appear for the Delhi Medical Association.
Yes.
Lord, we filed a writ petition in 2022, Lord, raising the same grievance.
Right.
This court says, as and when any incident happened, Lord, we are grateful to your Lordship. Lordship too could show motu, otherwise we were contemplating to file. There is a judicial order there, any order, Lord, any incident happened, then you come to us, Lord. Lord, now, Lord, we are the association of 110 years old. As Mr. Kamath has said, Lord, there is a being a part of the committee.
Can we just suggest one thing?
Yes, my lord.
Because in such a large matter,
Yes.
we have to bring some order to the
My lord.
order to the order also, which we pass.
Please, Lord, sir.
If all of you who are intervening for various bodies
Yes,
can give on a slip of paper
yes,
name of the body
yes.
and whom you represent,
Very well.
we will put that in our order.
I understand.
So that your clients have that assurance that look, the Supreme Court is also factored in our
I understand, my lord. That will be very useful.
So
my lord.
then we will say that out of these, the committee may take an appropriate decision on engaging with the representative.
But all that we were saying, my lord, the committee constitute of a very respectable persons, my lord. Lordship has chosen them. But some representation from the associations, my lord, those who face day-to-day, my lord, problems, making representation to the committee and being a part of the committee, my lord, would be a little, my lord, we have been agitating this law. I'm sure, but Lordship thinks it appropriate. Lordship might take it, my lord.
I'll get a response from.
That would be very helpful.
I had made two more aspects, my lord, two more small aspects. Lordship has flagged, my lord, about 11 issues which the committee will take into account. Two more aspects, if your lordships can kindly consider that. One is, my lord, the distress call, my lord, we mentioned it day before yesterday. Lordship said it will be part of the order, my lord. I have seen, my lord, it is distress call system, my lord, which is available, my lord, on drop on a watch, on a mobile, my lord. That can also be, my lord, a part of it. Secondly, my lord, institutional FIR, my lord. What has been happening here, my lord, the parents has to go, the relatives has to go. There should be an institutional FIR within 2 hours of a cognizable offense, my lord. If that also comes to your lordship, part of the order, my lord. And finally, my lord, the fast tracking of, my lord, we have done cases 10 years back, my lord. The trial is still proceeding. Lord, in 2016, my lord, a person was murdered, a doctor was murdered inside the hospital, my lord, at a point blank range, my lord. Nothing happened. There was a widespread agitation. The chief minister said 50. What I'm saying, there are similar matters pending in this court. If a lordship expedite that.
To obviate, handing over slips, but we'll go about it in a very systematic way.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Devdatta Kamath is appearing for whom?
No,
Will you go first?
Instead of your lordships writing down, let us give
Can
it.
you just, it'll be easier for us.
It would be
spend the
easier.
next 5
It
minutes,
doesn't
you know.
look good also.
All right.
Your
My lord,
lordships are very kind, my lord, but
All right, what we are doing is, we are just circulating a sheet of paper. If you can all just, as we are going along with the matter, write it, so we'll examine that and we'll put your names down.
I had made a request
my
yesterday.
lord,
Some SOP, the committee is looking into it. There is no SOP on the hours of the doctor.
Of course, we said that.
it is a specific
it's a mandate.
remit of the committee.
Kiran, one second.
And the slip will-
One of the points which, that one para where I say, this is a non-exhaustive list. It specifically says that they are made to work for 36 hours. And one more thing, we have said, we have referred to working conditions in general, which includes the work. So please assure the doctors, we are as concerned about them, that they have to work for 36 hours.
Yes.
All of us have also had family members, relatives. We have gone to public hospitals.
Yes.
I have slept on the floor of a public hospital when somebody in the family was not well. So we have gone through that. And you observe all of them working for 36 hours.
Lord, we would
Lord,
also not
I-
like, we would not like, my lord, a doctor who has not slept for 30 hours to treat us, my lord, because
May I just explain what happens in the hospitals? Because I have doctors in the family and also people studying in the medical colleges. What happens is that the senior, who are the third-year students of PG courses, they are the one who assign duty. You do 12 hours to 24 hours, and then thereafter you are given a rest for 2 to 3 hours. Again, you are called back on duty. The junior doctors are the one who prepare the discharge summary. And the discharge summary is prepared by them. So the workload is then again 2-3 hours. So it is almost 48 hours. It is not even 36 hours. So my humble submission is that you are neither in a physical state or a mental state at that stage to even resist if somebody is teasing you. I'm not even on the bigger sexual assault. I'm not on that because there are many incidents.
So currently, if you look at our order,
Yes.
Ms. Kumudasa Das, if you see our order,
Yes, Your Lordship.
we have in fact highlighted this very aspect, that there is a certain hierarchical nature of the workplace in a public hospital or any hospital. So when we have referred to that, and we have said because of the hierarchical nature, doctors, including junior doctors, are susceptible to harassment, not just sexual harassment, but different kinds of harassment.
Yes, Your Lordship. Yeah.
So we have specifically referred to this, but now that you have mentioned it, in a course of our order, in a brief order today, we will add to that as well. No difficulty. Your point is perfectly well taken. So please.
My lord,
that
a
is-
small point to supplement that.
say,
is that because
my
I
lord,
also
may I
come
just
from a
take a
family of
minute?
doctors, is that the counter to that, of course, is the fact that there are lots of peer-reviewed studies to say that continuity is important. Now, obviously, doctors can't be treated like this in light of that. So the committee should look into it and propose something
You see,
that
there is
has
another, I'll tell
adequate
you one thing.
safeguards.
I'll tell you one thing. We have got so many emails. I've been flooded with emails which I've been reading to the extent humanly possible. There's another viewpoint also that, look, if you have doctors only on duty for 8 hours, then the purpose is that the doctor must be able to see the evolution of the patient. So if that patient is there overnight, then your duty hours may extend beyond 8 hours so that you see that what is the development in the case of the patient between the time you entered and the time you exited. But we are not going to make any comment on that. The committee will.
Your lordship,
but for one other
Certainly,
one thing is.
48 hours of duty or 36 hours of duty is a little too aggressive.
is not really human. My lord, may I say I'm representing the KG car medical junior resident doctors. They are still RG car. And my lord, they are
By
still.
the way, Brother Justice Rishikesh Roy pointed out to me in another CB yesterday that you kept on saying car is car. So I said, well, I
We are
apologize.
forgetting one crucial thing.
So, my lord,
Manoj, can I speak? Manoj?
can I
We are
just?
forgetting one crucial thing. All doctors, my lord, which your lordships have constituted in the committee, they have passed through this very phase. They are aware of the problems.
So, my lord, I'm just saying that they are still terrorized. They are still in fear. They are saying our senior residents are back at work. We'll give it to the Registrar General in a sealed cover the names of the people. There are about 70 junior residents and they are interns, and they are still feeling terrorized. They are threatened. They are actually being targeted
Geetal,
in the hospital.
But terrorized by whom? Because this is a serious thing, and they
Yes.
come in the RG Kaur medical hospital. Medical college. What is their
But
grievance?
instead of, my lord, giving them here, let them be given to me. I'll ensure, my lord, CISF to do the needful. My lord.
Yes, but we have to have their names in sealed cover because those who've spoken up are feeling targeted already.
Yes.
And they have a
But
timeline
targeted-
of
but targeted-
videos they have taken.
Targeted by whom? Don't give us names, but targeted broadly
By
by
officials, my lords, by goons. I am for
By-
the 20,000 doctors
by-
in the, Kolkata, my lords.
But
And
your lordship sees the.
some of,
report,
many of them work in
uh,
RG Kar.
Possibly a hint of.
By members of the administration, by people who are in the hospital.
All right,
and
we'll take note of that.
Yes.
There is one submission, Your Lordship. There's a last submission, Your Lordship, I want to make. Can we have a compensation distress fund for the victims and the deceased of the family created by the state so that when at the time of the crisis of this kind of a situation, they can be also get a compensation system like what we have done in the Nirbhaya case, Your Lordship.
All right, let's just see the status report for a moment. We'll just see the status.
With your lordship,
Just give us one moment.
with your lordship permission, may I just
1 second.
If
We'll have to
lordship
put in.
permits us, then should we post on the filing, e-filing, the suggestions or the pointers that we have, because it is anonymity which the resident doctors and interns from different places they are requesting, because the direct impact is on them. And their mental state is terrible. There is also a survey report of National Medical Council which says that 28%.
Point taken.
Under-
There should be a portal where suggestions can be given to the
Yes.
committee, even anonymously, without disclosure of identity.
Yes, Your Lord.
Point well taken. Noted.
Lords, after the status report, could we have 1 minute on the SIT, my lords? We are representing 5 associations of doctors. And the difficulty is that there is an institutional compromise with regard to the financial regularities and the rape. Here's why. There were the same gentleman who was the head of Dr. Shundip Ghosh, who was head of this RG Kaur Medical College. Also, for example, commissioned, asked for CCTV cameras for 14 lakhs to be rented. Now, had he bought those CCTV cameras, they would have been there. It would have been a deterrent, and there would have been better accountability. An SIT 2 days ago was, and I have the notification here, my lords. An SIT was set up by the West Bengal government. To look into these irregularities by the same person, and that only constitutes officials that are under the control of the West Bengal government.
But would your lordship consider having the status report?
Earlier form
It is so powerful that
is the earlier form.
That my lords, he's been replied.
All this.
He's been
Lordship,
replied. Please.
In the nurse's case,
Please,
he was
please.
the IG.
Your lordships, my lord, consider the report first, my lord.
All right.
That
just,
might, my
So,
lord.
my
give
lords,
a-
with regard to the SIT, just to
just 1
close that
second.
loop.
Let's see the report,
Yes,
and then we will
let
come
the
back to you on the
report
SIT.
be-
Yes, my lord.
We've also filed our report.
Speed, Your Honor, I'm Dr. Rajiv Yusuf calling from
Just
Pune.
1 second. Everybody can just hold their patience for 2 minutes. Let's quickly run through the two status reports.
The state's report was not called for, but they have, my lord, asked, your lordship's name, my lord, it's entirely your lordship.
Called for in the order. Why did my learned friend say that?
order,
I thought we had asked for the.
Yes, of course.
the order.
Page 10, my lord, raise please, my lord, is,
In
page
fact-
10 of yours.
In fact, my
mine.
lords, I might, if your lordship give me a minute, Manoj, I don't want to interfere.
We'll just quickly run through this, then come back to you in a moment, so that we
Very
go step by
very
step.
10 para 7. Lord, before that, we have narrated the facts, etc., which broadly your lordships are aware. So I'm not, and I'm obviously not reading, my lord. Your lordships may read from para 7. So date and time may kindly be, my lord, taken note of. My lord, eventually we have, this is very, very preliminary finding, but we have recorded some, flagged some issues.
We just
I'm just. Ask if they have a spare copy.
Everyone.
It's only for the court.
of the accused.
Which report, Madam, sir?
The injury report, the medical examination report of the accused.
Of the accused. Lord, our difficulty.
Actually, I think Asta had given it last time, but
Yes, yes, we have the case diary. It's part of the case diary.
We are not supplied. Lord, our difficulty.
Part of the case diary, Manoj. They have it. It's part of the case diary.
Only a minute, Mr. Sibal, if you don't mind. Lord,
just flag it for us and then.
Sure, sure.
Lord, only one thing. I did not know, my Lord, that there is some report, my Lord, because our difficulty was we entered on the 5th day. And thereafter, my Lord, before that, my Lord, whatever was collected by the local police, my Lord, we were given. And our investigation starts, my Lord, that is itself a challenge by itself, my Lord, because the scene of offense is altered. Everything is, my Lord, even the...
So everything is videographed. Nothing is altered. Everything is videographed.
My Lord, without knowing anything, Mr.
Postmortem is videographed.
Yes, rest is not videographed.
Crime is not videographed because the crime is.
The seizure memo is there, Madam. Seizure memo is there.
9 o'clock, the crime is detected.
Seizure memo is there, Madam.
Not the most shocking fact. I am not making this, Mr. Sibal is.
That is also
little
videographed.
combative move. Lord, the
I-
most shocking fact. The FIR is registered after cremation at 11:45 night.
The
First,
investigation.
the parents are informed that she is not well by the deputy superintendent. When they reach, they say that she has committed a suicide. Thereafter, they say that it appears to be a death. Fortunately, the young doctors, the colleagues of this deceased girl, victim, they insisted that we want videography, we want this. This is suggestive that even they were suspecting some cover-up. So they were also trying their best.
Well, let's just see the medical examination.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Lords, the postmortem was done in the same hospital.
I mean, I don't
So
know.
that may be.
Postmortem was also done in the same.
I don't want, this is entirely accusatory. I don't want to contradict my learned friend, but the record will show what happened.
Lord, one more fact, my Lord, it may.
And we have a note on timeline, exactly what time, what happened.
Karuna? Karuna?
3 copies.
There are people in this.
Yes, yes.
In this, Asa?
It's there. What does we?
And page?
We'll mark the page. And Malaj, also I have a timeline, Malaj, as to each minute what happened.
Asa, can you just give us the page of the PMR? So we don't have to.
I can give PMR, my Lord, I have postmortem. I have, my Lord, handy.
You have the PMR?
Yes, sir. That is provided to us by the, that was by the local police, my Lord. It was given to us. Just flag it.
We saw it yesterday.
This report, my lord.
Malaj, that's
Postmortem.
202, a vast status report, Malaj.
My Lord, this has the flagging also, whatever your Lordship would like to
Yes,
see.
but that can't change in any case. The postmortem is postmortem.
Yes.
Page 13 of the case diary.
Yes. And my lord, our status report also has it, page 202.